손지 조나 라 자주 반대 다니 잡서 제 더기 젠소 예배 초난지 르라 벤쇼 sardi sardi chuda sonji yan chona la cha chu barda dani chapsa che dagi jeso jibi tsona ji dola pensho sarji wandra par Arjo sarje shuda sonye chona la chancho banda dani shabsa je dagi jeso angebe tsona ji dola pensho sarje andra par jo ma anam khadanya be semche thamche Devaya Devi Judaya Demba Judaya Semche Thamche Dungar Dungar Judaya Semche Thamche Dungar Mebe Dewa Tamba Namdra Semche Thamche Nyera Chada Nida Trave Tarnya Tsame Phala Nibar Yurjan Navshan Sam Pema Kesar Dombo Yamse Chogang Ojoni Pema Joni Jesan Tram Khordayan Khandro Mambu Ko Cheji Jesa Dandranji Shinji Lobshe Shesa So Guru Pema Sandi Dusam Sanje Kunje Yang Rasa Churko Angosa Thonja Savi Lama Namla So Ande Saje Puju Shushan Medon Jira Limje Nyerde Jemband Sarji Jande Mide Pua Drogo Namda Shingla Shobar Shoy Eda Rana Mandala Komnur Thaya Amo Semche Namje Sambandha Loyan Cheptan Cheta Checho Temo Tamba Chuji Korlo Konde So Tamgi Tuji Shajiri Sano Janima Tabdi Honjamba Sergil Hambo Tower Chipping Shaji Jarbu Javlam Gubja Ansar Origin Solam Pami Dumboli Jerry Namjaram Jilhanji Sanso Webshan Then Sombara Pemman Johnny Dalu Pensor Gumbolo do Aryan Dewan Tome Nyan Sholan Chuji Da Chu Chung Yon Xia Hua Shilas Zamlin Jianqiu Namla Kujan Zamlan Zibi Jianzhun Chunyi Dan Tujin Long Dong Yan Bin Tam Gaya Nato Tambar Vibi Terjujin Kundi Shurkur Dong Bin Hongshin Timmy was Shabla Kushan Shipshakan Chindola Gypsy there. Timmy was a young took them so long Chen Nam Kinam Jurp Jingme Limbi Shabla Kushan Mari Sangin Chenam Yangla Shara Kundo Zambo Molam number Jean Sipsi Jarin Tillian Zanzap Mepam Jamsu Shavla Kushan Pame Tuxi Durjib Denjumji Trivinam Rolira Lampikar Matu Londarik Bi Hwarjib Jime Penzo Shavla Kushan Kamsum Korwaton Tunum Jimbe Sabjelam Yonden Tarshinba Nilu Rajar Tombe Namjoj Yechi Mamchu Shavla Kushan Kunzan Dursim Garab Shirasan Pima Gara Jimban Yushunga Sozor Namya Tirtun Jarsas Katire Lama Namla Kushan Kanda Shochu Dongaji Dina Dejan Lambar Chua Kansata Tandar Tombi Shuji Shenbe Sembrando Batida Tamchin Dersha Shi Namo Arya Tambal Haigedan Ladan Shinke Tum Danami Kenam Dan Roa Kunji Derkejism Tamche Ked Chujan Tujur Chi. Okay, prayer on English, the four immeasurable Bodhicitta, 3 times only on the second part. May all beings enjoy happiness and the causes of happiness. May all beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all beings never be apart from the supreme bliss which is free of all suffering. May all beings live in great equanimity, free from the attachment and aversions that keep some close and other distant. May all beings enjoy happiness and the causes of happiness. May all beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all beings never be apart from the supreme bliss which is free of all suffering. May all beings live in great equanimity, free from the attachment and aversions that keep some close and other distant. May all beings enjoy happiness and the causes of happiness. May all beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all beings never be apart from the supreme bliss which is free of all suffering. May all beings live in great equanimity, free from the attachment and aversions that keep some close and other distant. All right, so we are going to explanations continuously from the yesterday. The topic, the address, the drops address from my heart. So this teaching we can divide into 3 outlines, which is the virtues of a beginning, the virtues of main part, and the virtues of the end. So we having gone the first part of the virtues of the beginning. Now we on the second stage, the virtues of the main part. So this again we can divide into there's another two stages, which is the stages of general and particular stages. So we having gone the first one, the general stages. Now we are on the particular explanations. So these particular stages, again, we can divide into the another two stages. One is the preliminary stage. One is of the actual stage. So we having gone the first one of the first one. We are on the first, the preliminary stage. So the preliminary stage, again, we can divide it into the another two stages, which is the external, the common ordinary preliminary stage, and internal uncommon extraordinary preliminary stage. So we are having gone the first part. Now we are on the second part. So the second, the internal uncommon extraordinary preliminary stage, again, we can divide it into their three stages of refuge, bodhicitta, and the purifications. So we mentioned to you the first, the refuge. The refuge is actually is the main method how we can enter into the path of Dharma. So Dharma path, we mentioned you, division in briefly three beings. No matter you are following of path of smaller beings, middling beings, or great beings, but without refuge, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, and that's no, you cannot enter into the actual path of any of these three kind of different beings of the path of Dharma. So that's why the Atisha Indian master, the Dipamkara, he says, the distinguish between the difference of Buddhist or non-Buddhist is as with of refuge, faith to the Buddha Dharma Sangha, or without faith to the Buddha Dharma Sangha. That means is with faith Buddha Dharma Sangha, that's you are entering into the path of Buddhist Dharma, and if you are without of the Buddha, the faith to Buddha Dharma Sangha, these practitioners are non-Buddhist practitioners. So that's why we are very much important to refuge on of Buddha jewel, Dharma jewel, Sangha jewel. This we mentioned to you, the internal individual, the internal of uncommon, the extraordinary preliminary stage. One is the important things, the refuge, that's one. And then even if you entering into the Dharma, but there's kind of Hinayana sub-school and Mahayana high school, there's two stages, two vehicles, so two yanas. So, and therefore, if only just taking refuge on Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, and without of bodhicitta, and then you are Hinayana tradition practitioners, but not yet Mahayana. So this also is Atisha Dipamkara master, he says, that means is the Hinayana and Mahayana is difference is with of bodhicitta or without bodhicitta mind. So that's why we also mentioned before the second internal, the uncommon preliminary stage is taking the cultivation mind of enlightenment, bodhicitta, because we are Mahayana tradition. This Tibetan Buddhism, the lineage is since beginning and the Dharma flourish into Tibet with the Mahayana. So therefore, today also everyone following of the Mahayana traditions. That's why I mentioned yesterday the generation bodhicitta. And then is now we're going today is talking about the third stage, the internal of uncommon, the preliminary stage, the third one. which is the purification actually. Going to so from the detail is they are usually because we're having cultivated mind of enlightenment. That means we're having the promise, commitment, benefit for sentient beings. That's one with the compassion and better wisdom, and we commitment to attainment state, enlightenment of Buddhahood. That also for benefit for sentient beings. So wisdom and compassion. So compassion is a main method how you attitude want to benefit other sentient beings, and better wisdom is the main method how can we attainment enlightenment because the emptiness, the wisdom of emptiness. So this kind, when you're having already the commitments, promise, and then we should to do an act right now, what we should to do, because in the path of enlightenment, we need to collect the favorable conditions, and we have to be the remove of the unfavorable conditions, the obstacles. So therefore, the Vajrasattva meditation or the purification is as one skillful special method for moving the obstacles or to go in purification about the obscuration of delusion, purification going to the obscuration of the contaminated karma, and going to purification, the obscuration of the ignorant, or so on. So let's we see now the purifications from the verse of 16th. Yeah, 16th. When the crystal mirror of your own mind is covered completely with the thick layer of dust, that is the adventitious defilements, it's difficult for the reflection of profound clear samadhi to appear. So strive to clean it with the pure cloth of confessions for powers. So that means now, here there's a when the crystal mirror of your own mind is as covered completely with the thick layer of the dusty. So each mind nature, mind nature is as Buddha. We mentioned you already. The Buddha nature is pervading equally for everyone. So therefore, Buddha nature is primordially pure, clean, and primordially is essence is unborn nature, empty, and the nature is unborn nature, unborn emptiness nature, and essence is as clarity or luminosity. So the union of inseparability, unborn nature, emptiness, and essential of luminosity, that is the point aspect, the definition of the characteristics of Buddha nature. So that is like the crystal mirror, like, you know, our mind, everyone wants, each beings of mind nature is like crystal mirror, like nature is very pure. But then what difference if a being's mind nature is primordially is pure and primordially is stainless, and then what difference between of ordinary being's mind and extraordinary achievement being's mind? That's the question, you know. So the answer is follow this example now. You see the crystal mirror of your own mind is covered. At the moment is covered completely with the thick layer of dusty. That is the adventitious defilements. What means the dusty? Dusty means is doesn't mean this dusty is as the same nature of the mirror, like of mind, just separately existent. Like the dust is not the crystal mirror. Crystal mirror is not the dusty, but at the moment is obscured by this dusty to the mirror. So cannot erasing clearly the reflection of form. So likewise, our mind nature is primordially is pure, but primordially is separated from the obscuration of ignorant, obscuration of delusion, and freedom totally is obscuration to the of contaminated karma, primordially pure, but the circumstantially or adventitious defilements here, there's obscured. The thick layer of dust that is the adventitious means is just circumstantially, immediately, interdependently, illusorily, or imputedly, we can say, interdependently, obscured to the mind nature. So this obscuration is we calling here said defilements, or we can say afflictive emotion, or we can say delusion, or we can say obscuration of karma, or we can say obscuration of the ignorant. So many various different kind of aspects of the obscurations, but in brief, here the advantages, the defilements. So with obscuration of defilements, that is a sentient being, ordinary being. And then without of the defilements, or when they're completely freedom from the defilements, that is extraordinary being, attainment being, or enlightenment being. Or some here advantageous defilements. It's difficult for the reflection because then what problem? If mind nature is obscured better circumstantially the advantages of defilements, and then it is very hard, difficult for the reflection of the profound, clear samadhi. Sanskrit language, samadhi means is the meditation concentration. The profound, clear meditation concentration, difficult to appears, arising, not easy. Your mind always is distracted with the obscuration, the distraction, obscuration of the defilements, afflictive emotion, ignorant, delusion, karma, or so on. So therefore, cannot arising the reflection of the wisdom of meditation concentration, emptiness, and wisdom meta concentration of the luminosity cannot. So the reflection of the profound means is the empty nature, and clear means is the essential of luminosity, and the union of this profound empty nature wisdom and the essential of luminosity, the samadhi, meditation concentration, difficult to appear. So, and therefore now, because then what problem if cannot appear the profound and clear the samadhi, and then that means is samsara. That means is we haven't yet freedom from depend to this obscuration, and haven't yet freedom from this kind of the delusion, karma. So that means is in this samsara wandered foolishly, so have no freedom. That's the ordinary rebirth in this samsara. So, and therefore it's suffering, mentioned you before, the suffering of change, or pervasive suffering is with us in this samsara. So everyone want to be freedom from suffering, and everyone, if possible, they want to be happy, enjoy, especially ultimate peace, ultimate enjoyment. If this true, and then only the one way, the solution. We must be remove the obscurations. We must be has to be purifying, going to purify about the obscurations. Then can arising the reflection, primordial pure wisdom, and clarity. Your mind nature appears on your mind. You can experiencing your mind nature clarity awareness. Not only arising, can experiencing clarity nature of your mind, but you can recognize your mind nature clarity and emptiness. When you will be realizing the true nature of clarity awareness, that means is you will be freedom, the obscuration of ignorant. Then you freedom means is you freedom from delusion, and that means you freedom will be freedom from the obscuration of contaminated karma. Then that means you will be freedom the suffering of the samsara. That means is you attainment state in nirvana. completely will be attainment, the ultimate peace and the ultimate enjoyment, final goal. So that's the enlightenment mind. So that's why is someone you want to entering into the path of liberation, and then no matter what kind you're going to practice, external of sutra, or internal of the external of Vinayana, internal of Bodhisattva, and the secret of tantric practitioners, both important, start to go in purifications. Otherwise, it's not easy. Especially here, we're going talking next stage, the actual teaching of the high level of tantric. The knowledge is not easy to appear your mind if too thick the obscurations, So that's why here is important to go into purifications. So profound, clear samadhi to appear. So therefore, is now straight to clean. Now we're going to start to purification. Need effort, you need patience to clean, because the obscuration is very strong, very habituated. The two dualistic grasping and the desire, anger, ignorant mind, jealousy mind, the harmful thought, these kind of all the negative emotions are habituated not only from this life, from past life, not only but since from beginningless. It's a very habituated, very much as a stone, thick the layer of these obscurations. So therefore, we need to effort, with the effort, diligence, day and night to make clean. So clean it. But now, what is the main method for purification? Here, it with the pure cloth of Confucius, 4 powers. The 4 power is a very common power for both sutra practitioners, going purification by the sutra method, and going purification by the tantric method. Both are very important with the 4 power. No matter which traditions follow of the in Tibet, is there some different Sakya, Gelug, Nyingma, Kagit, different traditions, but each traditions follow very important going to this purification and with the 4 powers. Why we say here for the Confucian, the purification with the 4 power, because if lack this any one of these 4 or fully of these 4 coming, we're talking about the following the 4 power, and then is there no enough stone, no enough the power for purifications. If can fully of these 4 powers with your meditation, and then as that is very skillful shortcut, immediately, swiftly you can do cleansed all the misdeed karma, sense of beginningless of the misdeed karma, and in this life, the misdeed karma all easily you can do purification. So therefore, here there's as clear is with the pure cloth. Pure cloth means is the example when you make the glass, the crystal mirror, is that your cloth is not pure, and if the cloth is dusty or dirty, or then it's become dirty, not good enough pure, clean completely. So therefore, pure cloth is very important, like wet cloth or wet cushion or something very pure. So it's pure cloth. Like the example of it is all motivation also drink. If you want to go in purifications, can successfully for purifications successfully or not is depend very much your motivation. Need to pure motivation, pure heart. That's a pure cloth, pure the wet cloth. 4 of the Confucians, with the four powers. So now, what is the four powers? We say power of repentance, or power of remorse, power of revolt, or promise, commitment, power of overcoming the misdeed through the antidote, and the power of relying on the supreme object or sport. So which means is the first one, the power of the repentance, repentance, I think. So that means is the remorse, power of remorse or repentance. Means is if you want to do purifications, you should first understanding what is the fault, what is the wrong, what is the problem, what's the misdeed action. If you doesn't believe, or you don't believe, or you doesn't yet realize of misdeed is as mistake or fault, and then is there no power for purifications. You must be recognized what was wronged. Recognition is, of course, we cannot remember so many misdeed karma during the past life. We cannot remember even our past life. So how could we can remember our previous misdeed karma? But we can judge, we can guess from this life how many we did the misdeed of the action karma from body and speech and mind. So therefore, past life also, because we are very ordinarily sure, so many the imprints of misdeed karma yet not exhausted completely, still, yet not repents even yet not repents. So therefore, what do you remember? You should be is with of the despondent and regret mind of this, with of a sadness feeling, uncomfortable feeling, or something is you feel. And then if you cannot remember and just guess, must be there are something the karmic restore is follow us. So that's the first power. And then the second power for purifications during the any method, purifications generally, maybe Vajrasattva meditation, maybe going recitation the mantra of the 100 syllables for purification, or maybe with of Avalokiteshvara meditation, or mantra of Om Mani Padme, or so many, any visualizations of the deity, or the virtuous actions can do purification. But one special, skillful method for purification is, as you know, Vajrasattva meditation is very common. So anyway, is during this, any of your practice for purifications, first should not forget about the power, the first power of the repentance. And then on top, now the second power for purifications. What is the second power? Power of not repeating again, means the revolts. So means the future. You should, the promise, even like this very strong negativities, even as shall the cost of your life shall never do again such of a misdeed of karma. So this kind deeply from your heart, with despondentness mind and promise, never again, repeating again this kind of misdeed karma. So this is the second power, if you can strong promise from deeply from your heart. And then on top, the third power, the power of overcoming the misdeed through the antidote, like Vajrasattva meditation. The recitation mantra of the 100 syllables of Vajrasattva, or recitation the 5 syllables of Vajra, the short mantra, or there's so many different kind of method for collection, merits for collection of wisdom. All this could be can directly or indirectly could be can for purifications, especially the detailed mental visualizations of the Vajrasattva meditation sense of generation stage, compilation stage, until the dissolution stage and the dedications, all the detailed mental visualizations. This part, all this can be is the power, the antidote, overcoming through the antidote, overcoming the misdeed through the antidote such. And particularly one important thing is the bodhicitta we mentioned yesterday. If you can cultivate your mind is a very pure motivation of bodhicitta, that's most one power for purifications, So anyway, that's the third power. And then the fourth power, the last one, power rely on the sport. So power of the sport means is the refuge object. Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, three jewel, or Lama, Yedam, Daga. Daga means three roots. Or Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, Nirmanakaya, or three kayas. Particularly, it's if you has there used to be of the Vajrasattva meditation, and then Guru Vajrasattva and Guru Vajratupa, the union, the deity of Guru Vajrasattva, Guru Vajratupa, if you visualize above of your crown or in front of you during this purification and this recitation, the mantra. So that is actually is the sport, the power, your special, the particular sport, for purifications, the object refuge, Guru Vajrasattva. So anyway, is when if you have enough these four power, and that is the main method, that means pure cloth. Here, there's so strip to clean it with the pure cloth of the Confucian's four powers. And then Buddha says, even like, for example, in Sutra, to kill one's own father, one's own mother, and to kill Arhat, to kill Bodhisattva, and the blood from Buddha's body, something injured to the Buddha's body. So this kind of negative karma, misdeed karma, is most one of strongest in this ordinary negative karma. So immediate next rebirth directly in their falling reborn in hell realm, the bottom of a hell realm, usually very, very strong, heavy negative action. But even though, unfortunately, is a misdeed in this life, something this kind, any one or the five different types of this negative strong one. But if fortunately, if you met this kind of tradition, this kind of lineage, or you found this with the four powers arising on your heart, and then do Vajrasattva meditation and do reciting the mantra and visualization, the teacher, the purifications, Buddha says, could be guaranteeing in this Sangha life, you can free from this obscuration of the big misdeed karma, even, So that's just an example. So therefore, as any kind of misdeed karma from body, speech, mind in this life or previous life, but if you could go into purification, the Confucians with these four powers, and then is no problem. You could. So therefore, now is the right time. We are not too late, yet not too late. So exactly is the time is now. Is because we understanding now how important, going to purifications. We understanding negative karma brings the suffering, the problems for this life and for future life. We are understanding. We also believe the karma of cause and effect, so on. So therefore, we want to be freedom from suffering, and we want to be happy, enjoy a good life always. So these two, and then must be tried. Now is the right time to go in purifications. So that's the in brief. So here only three, I mentioned you the internal, uncommon, extraordinary preliminary stages is the refuge, bodhicitta, and the purification. But most is usually comes there's the offering mandala, the prostration, and the guru yoga. The internal, uncommon, extraordinary preliminary stage. But that means is here the Vajrasattva meditation could be instead both of prostration, the collection merits, and guru yoga. So because collection merits is also for remove the obstacles and for collective of the positive, the favorable conditions. So therefore, Vajrasattva meditation is instead to remove the offering mandala, to move obstacles and to collective of the merits, collection of the merits and collection of wisdom for purifications. And then also is this Vajrasattva meditation could become instead to Guru Yoga, because Guru Vajrasattva we say meditation. This is important. You don't say only Vajrasattva meditation. Say Guru Vajrasattva meditation. So that means is when you go in the Vajrasattva meditation, that times if you can keep your faith, your devotion to the towards to the of your lineage, your tradition, your master, and the lineage holders of your master, the root masters, lineage holders, all gathering, appearances as the form of enjoyment body, Vajra Sattva and Vajra Tupa union deity. But in fact, nature is inseparability, the wisdoms and the compassion and the qualities of the gurus and the lineages of the gurus, so on. So therefore, that is we say Guru Vajra Sattva. So Vajra Sattva, like this way, if you do method, can be this instead to Guru Yoga, and that is Vajra Sattva for purification and for collection of the merits, so on. And also is the persistation. Persistation usually also, they're not separately. You can, there are three options, like heart essence lineage, the preliminary practice, like 100,000 persistation. You can do with the refuge, we mentioned before, the refuge on Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, and that you can do persistation. If I mean somebody you want to collect 500,000 preliminary practices, and then is 100,000 refuge and 100,000 persistation is together. That's one option. Or other hand, you can do also Vajra Sattva meditation 100,000, the 100,000 persistation with the Vajra Sattva meditation, also including here. So, and then sometimes it's 100,000 persistation is with the Guru Yoga also, but here is the with the refuge or with the Guru Yoga, the Guru Vajra Sattva meditations anyway, the persistation. So persistation is also for purification, for collection merits, for remove the obstacles, and for collection of the favorable condition. So therefore, Vajra Sattva meditation is as instead for everything, so the good things, beneficial of all. So therefore, is just directly here is the three stages: refuge, bodhicitta, and the purifications. That is internal, external, preliminary stages. And then if you do practice like this every day, and then your mind is become more pure and purer. Means it's lesser and lesser. The obscuration, they mentioned you before, like the mind nature, like crystal mirror, like nature is obscured by the thick layer, the dusty, so the advantages of the defilements, obscured. So now is when going these purifications with the four powers, and then quickly, swiftly can, as less and less to move the obscurations. As much is less and lesser the obscurations, and then is the nature of your mind quality, like the glass, the mirror, like the nature mind is become more pure and purer. If then is more easy the reflection of the wisdom of your mind nature, primordial wisdom, and the reflection, the essential luminosity of your mind nature arising more easy. And also much more easy to introduce to recognize your mind nature better or instructions of the masters, also the teachings or so on. Everything's very easy after if this preliminary, the external, the common preliminary practice we mentioned you, the internal of uncommon this preliminary practice, if everything's very successfully, if done, and then it's more easy. The next part of the actual practice, no matter sutra, actual practice, tantra, and especially highest of the highest Mahayoga Tantra and great perfection, Zoba Shimbo, so on, you can easily. So that's why this part is a preliminary stage. So now we go to the next one. The actual. So we are having gone now as the preliminary. The preliminary stage is gone. So now we go to the next stage is the actual main practice, the actual part, actual stages. So these actual stages, again, we can divide into three stages: the stages of generation, the generation stage, compilation stage, and the union stages, according to the tantric So now the first one, the generation stage. Let's we see from the verse of 17th. All sides, sound, and awareness are deity, mantra, dharma, mantra, and dharmata. And knowing that this is how it has always been, is the view. Without losing sight of this, take aim with the meditation arrow and master the activities of eliminating harm and providing care. So this means is now, first very beginning here say all sides. All sides means is all appearances. So the all appearances you should to aware is a deity. The appearances, the sides is appearances, all the sides or all appearances are, you have to be aware it is a deity. So know what means is a deity. First we should know. So deity means is the point of the meaning, I mean, is finally the pure perception, the pure appearances, without stance, without obstacles, without of dualistic grasping, without of obscuration of contaminated karma, without obscuration of ignorant, that is the deity. And also not only without the obscuration, but nature is primordially is unborn, selflessness, self-emptiness, selflessness phenomena, empty nature. That's a common word we can say, nature. And then is the tantric word we can say dharma sphere. Nature is the selflessness, unborn nature, empty space is as inseparability, one test of Dharmakaya, or the Dharma sphere or Dharmata, or anyway, Dharma sphere. But apparent is the reflection of the emptiness, the reflection of unborn nature, the reflection of the wisdom, the reflection of the clarity, apparent. So this apparent of the reflection could be externally of the vessels of the world. The universe is as pure land. The deity, that's also deity, pure land. And the essential, the internal sentient beings are also deity, Yedam deity, because wisdom and unborn nature of wisdom and the essential of luminosity, clarity, and the union of empty nature and essential of luminosity. So great pervasive of the compassion. So this is the point of the definition of a deity. That is the characteristics of the deity. Deity means. So in this way, now the size, the appearances, how could we can focus on the deity? Because why important to focus the view on the deity, the pure perception? Because pure perception is as antidote to the ordinary wrong perception or misconception. Ordinary wrong perception meant is we overhanding to phenomena. The appearances are contaminated aggregates of form. That's appearances of the samsara, the externally, the altar, the vessel of the world, the universe is a cyclic of existence or samsara. 3 realms means is hell realm, very impure appearances is a hell realm. And the second impure appearances are the hungry ghost realm. And the third impure appearances, the world is the animal realm. And then upper fortune 3 realms, appearances of the human realm. the appearances, the external, the world, the universe of God realm, and the external, the world of formless realm, God of form realm and God of formless realm. So this all is the vessels, external, the vessels of the world of the samsara. And then is at the internal, the essential of the beings, hell realm beings, hungry ghost realm beings, animal realm beings. These are the three unfortunate low realm beings, unpure, ordinary being. And then upper fortune realm beings, human realm beings, God realm beings, demigod realm beings, still unpure, because yet not freedom from karma, delusion, and ignorant, yet not achievement, ordinary the ultimate freedom. So therefore, it's an ordinary being. That means impure, right? So now we're going to purification means is we're going to freedom to move the impure of the perception, transform into apparent of totally is pure, purity, which is the deity, the definition, the characteristics of the deity, everything's. So therefore, it's the apparent of deity. So the apparent deity now, what kind of deity? Is depend up to you. If you're going to practice like Avalokiteshvara, if that's your deity, yedam, daily your main practice, or no matter, sometimes we go in Tara practice, sometimes we go in Avalokiteshvara, sometimes Amitabha Buddha, Amitabha Buddha, Vajrapani, so Manjushri or the higher Guru or the Vajrakalaya, so many different kind, 100 deities, so on. Not so many, but anyway, for example, when you go and meditate Yedam of Avalokiteshvara, that times you focus must be is on the pure perception. The externally, the vessels of the world is as pure land of Avalokiteshvara, Potala, pure land. And then at the same time, simultaneously focus the entire essential of the beings of your visualizations. All the sentient beings are, you should focus on pure deity, Avalokiteshvara. All the male beings, Avalokiteshvara, female beings are like Tara or something like this. You know, your sub has to focus of the pure deity, Avalokiteshvara or Tara or Son. So that's just example. So now deity, there are hundreds different optionals. Does it depend up to if you're going to visualize like Amitabha Buddha, deity is Amitabha Buddha, then external the appearances of the Pure Land is Amitabha Pure Land. Then essential internal of the beings are transferred into focus on the pure perception of a deity, Amitabha or Lotus family, Buddha Lotus family. So on, just example. Like this way, so key point is the same, just method is different. Avalokiteshvara, Manjushri, Vajrapani, Amitabha, Hayagurva, or so on, but the technique is different. The method, the technique is, but the point is the same. The view is not different anymore. It's the same view, but optionals, you know, depend practitioners, different capacity, different capability. So anyway, that means it's the side of deity. The one view, that's one view. The aspect, one aspect of the pure view, that means pure perception, is antidote to the unpure ordinary perception, wrong perception of the samsara, just immediately. Because this is Tantra. Now we're talking about the Tantric teaching. So Tantric is with a resultant we call. Sutra is with a causal we call. Cause and effect cause, so causal we call. So Tantric is the result we call. So why Tantric we calling resultant we call? Because even we are ordinary, very beginner practitioners, but beginning means is already mentioned before, the external common of the forethought, mind training, and the internal uncommon of external is the preliminary stage. This all is gone, but as we are beginner practitioners. But now, after this, all is, you know, the passing of the stages through the stages, and then is finally is even we are very beginner, but going to practice like Tantra, and means is you need to open the pure main gate of Tantra, but your key of the pure perception. It's an antidote to the unpure. So that means the resultant Tantra is focused directly on the result, not focus on the cause and condition for enlightenment. So what means result? Result means deity, Buddha, Yedam, achievement, completely accomplishment of the pure deity. That's the pure perception. That's the result, final result, like Buddhahood. Buddhahood is totally is freedom from samsara, totally is free from the obscuration of samsara, totally attainment or the extraordinary pure perception. That means is a result. So here Tantra view is just very beginner practitioners start, try as much possible is on focus. Your view is your perception is focused on the pure perception of the result. That's a resultant Tantra. We say Vajra Tantra or resultant Tantra, resultant we call, so that's the deity means like this way going. And this is also antidote, of course, the self-grasping, ordinary wrong perception. Why is impure appearances samsara comes to us? Is it true, existent truly, samsara? No. Samsara not established inherently, but the impure appearances is composed by one's own wrong perception, like dream. Sometimes a good dream, sometimes a bad dream. Both either good or bad is this created better mentally. So that's why Buddha says in the sutra, and also Shantideva Bodhidharma text also says, like the hell ram, burning arrows, or the burning the weapon of sword, or so on. This all is not something is established separately, inherently not. Only that is on your evil emotion, negative emotion. Too strong obscure to your mind nature, better obscuration of anger, aversion, mind, jealousy, or so on. And then its apparent is very impure, everything's. It's a burning arrow. So that's only mind, not only hell realm. And then same, the hungry ghost situation, what appearances, only from mind. And then animal realm. Also, and then the samsara, everything's. So that's the ordinary is wrong. The perceptions from wrong, the dualistic, true dualistic grasping. Ego clinging oneself, clinging to other. Between there is self-attachment and aversion to others. And then mind already ignorant. There's no self, but we overhanding to grasping to self. So ignorant is there. So therefore it's impure appearances. Now immediately we focus on the pure perception, because one person's mind cannot be both together. Pure perception, impure perception cannot. So when you focus on the pure everything, at that moment there's no impure. When you rely on the impure perceptions, there's no pure perception. So like temperature, cold on heat, so therefore that's why antidote. These deity visualizations immediately is a short, skillful method to training or to avoid about the ordinary wrong perception. So that's why it's the deity, how important to visualize the deity, and how could become deity visualizations antidote to that of self-grasping. That's one. And then also here there says all sound mantra. So all sound mantra, so no apparent is the form of the deity, as I mentioned you. Now, what would you think is the sound from speech? Each different beings have different language, speech, or natural sound from earth, water, fire, wind, space, so on. No matter. Nature is unborn, selflessness, emptiness, same nature of the deity, and appearances, the reflection of the energy of Vajra body, the Vajra speech energy of the deities, which is mantra, we say. So mantra is a Sanskrit language, but it's actually that's a mind protection, the meaning. Mantra means mind protection. All the Dharma teaching could be directly or indirectly mind protection. But why mantra, tantra, as we're calling is mantra only? Because that's skillful, shortcut, swiftly, immediately, one single life, you can find the protection. One single life, you can enlightenment is possible. So that's why there's no more higher, short, skillful method than tantra practice for purifications, for attainment your purpose. That's why especially named to say mantra. So this is the energy. So anyway, this speech, any of the sound is when they are resting, all the appearances of the sound, as you just focus on the recognize or focus on view on the of mantra of the deity. So now, which kind of mantra? There's hundreds, thousands, but it depends which deity your visualization. So mention you example like Avalokiteshvara was your main practice at the moment, and that times the mantra also is 6 syllable. Avalokiteshvara, Mani Padme Hum. That is, if your visualization, the deity, the ritual of your text, the sculpture, the text is like Guru Yoga, Guru Padma Sambhava, and the mantra is Guru Rinpoche's mantra, Om Ahum Beze Guru Padma Siddhi Hum. If your deity visualization, the mandala of your main deity is Tara, and the mantra is Tara mantra, Om Tari Tutari Turi Soha. If Manjushri and then mantra is Om Arapatsa Nadi. Like this way, it depends which kind. At the moment you're the ritual, the text, which tradition, which lineage, which level of the deity visualizations, and the mantra, each they have different, particular individually, the mantra, but point meaning is the same. All the purpose is the same. Goal, method, function, the influence for purification, for achievement, your purpose, same, but the method, the technique, is the apparent the aspect is different. So anyway, it's a mantra. Focus on the sound. And then, if you can practice focus on the pure mantra, and then you freedom from of the unpleasant speech. Nobody can hurt you, harm you. Whatever they says, you considering unborn nature, apparent is mantra, sound of mantra. So the energy of the mantra. So therefore, there's no something unpleasant speech. You have no chance to experience things. So as a mantra, that's a resultant tantra. And then the awareness. Awareness is it the dharmata, Sanskrit dharmata means is the self-awareness, the true nature of dharma sphere. That is the dharmata, suchness nature, itness nature, thatness nature, primordially pure wisdom, and primordially pure of luminosity, the union of the luminescence, clarity, and wisdom. So that is dharmata. So the point of dharmata, the reality. It's the reality of your mind. Relaxed on the reality of your mind, not focus on the apparent of ordinary thought. Just relaxed on the nature of the reality thought, reality mind. That's dharmata always. So that means awareness, dharmata. So through this, we say true recognitions. This first line, the point, the view is your view. The view of true recognitions, the view of pure true recognitions. This true pure recognition is antidote to the ordinary three spheres, or the three aspects, the form, sound, and thought ordinaries. So just immediately focus on the result. That is antidote to abandonment object ordinaries, form, sound, and thought. So that's true recognitions, we can say. And knowing that this is how it has always been, is the view. So actually, if questions, this really is just newly born of this view, means is the nature of phenomena as deity, mantra, and thought, the dharmata, because this created better all visualization, all meditation, better power of no. What's already is all the phenomena, nature is us. Deity, the form nature is all the phenomena, form nature is already primordially deity, pure deity. All the sound is primordially pure mantra, nature, and all the thought, no matter positive thought, compassion, loving kindness, negative thought, like aversion, mind, jealousy, but dharmata. Is this primordial nature is dharmata. There's no. But then, so what difference? Yet not understanding, or without yet understanding, or with understanding. Yet not experienced, or with experienced. Yet not realized, or has realized. That is a difference, practitioners or non-practitioners. Before and after is what difference. But reality is as reality, ours is unchangeable, primordially pure. So this is the true nature. So we can say true recognition. Focus on this, any your practice, according to the of generation stage, Tantra. Tantra, generation stage, compilation stage, the union stage. And briefly, we're talking here in brief, In this way, this part of the seventh verse, the verse of the seventh main point is the according explanation introduced to us the view of generation stage, the deity, any deity that doesn't say special deity, and generally, that's why I used to different any exemplar trait, to understanding the deity. So then is the view. Without losing the set of this, means set of this main point of this view, through recognition point of this view. That's your view. So now view, meditation, and contact. This is generally any kind of your practice, the generation stage of Tantra. First they ask you, what is your view? And then is, what is your meditation? How you do meditation? And then what is your conduct and what is the result of this meditation? These areas you need to ask yourself, any kind of your practice, which bond is my view, pure view, and which bond is my meditation, aspect of meditation is which bond, and with this practice, and which bond is aspect of the conduct or the action. Conduct means is the action of this practitioner's action, conduct, and then is which is the aim, final goal, the result. Which part of connection, which the result is connected to which part of your these visualizations. This you should try anytime when you go in Manjushri, Avalokiteshvara, the deity of Vajrapani, Hayam, Gurva, Kalachakra, whatever, you check yourself again, where is my view? With this practice, which part is my meditation? Which part is my contact, contact? Which is pure contact, of the tantric, the pure perception. And then what is the related to of the result, final goal, aim, purposes from where comes, If you couldn't find the view, meditation, contact, couldn't recognize or realizing about the result, and that means is not yet enough how to do the generation stage of the Tantra. If you found something is, that must be this part is a view. This aspect is as the meditation, or this aspect is as the contact. This aspect is as the result. That means is you understand your practice, as how you going, So this is very important, the Tantra practice with the generation stage. So it's the set of this. And then that's the view, the true recognition, the pure perception, taking in the part of these two recognitions. That's your view, pure view. Now you found the pure view, you have the confidence and the certainty of the peer reviews you found from maybe teacher, from maybe teaching, from maybe logic, maybe from your analysis, analyticals or so on. Anyway, no matter it's these conditions which form the influence, but we need to find the peer review. So now when you already is born the certainty view and the confidence is born from this reason, condition, some reasons, and then do meditation. The second aspect of meditation is say tag M with the meditation's arrow. Meditations like arrow. Example like arrow. Arrow is you need to focus of the target point. Arrow. You want to shoot the arrow shooting to where you must have the M, the goal, the arrow. So this is depend on your meditation. Tag M with the meditation arrow means is because there's so many deities, options, many different, the true recognition is with the aspect of many different of the optioning of the visualizations, and many different activities, benefit for yourself, for benefit of other sentient beings, but invariably we can divide into the 4 types activities, tantric activities, 4 actives. Peaceful activity, increasing activity, magnetizing activity, and the wrathful activity. So the various different counter aspect activity of tantric activities, including we can divide into these four types of activities. So therefore, which kind you want to enact peacefully, peaceful activity, or magnetizing, or wrathful activities, that's depend your meditation. Here there's like arrow-like. It's which target is the object of the benefit, yourself or other beings. The target is peaceful, or the object of the target is not the peaceful. If wrathful disciples or the beings are, need to the activity benefit with the wrathful activities, and then you need to train, with M, the arrow is point of this way. The target is maybe object of the sentient beings to taming. Maybe it's not peacefully, it doesn't work, and then you aim with of wrathful or so on. So that's what it's, and that means is you will come to with meditation. Oh, yeah. Oh, this one. Okay, so taking M with the meditation as arrow, and then become more familiarity, has to be more habituated about this meditation. Meditation means has to be familiarity, has to be habituated. Peaceful activity or wrathful activity or increasing or magnetizing activity or so on. So and anyway, it has to be, must be, it's become very familiar. So therefore it's and master means achievement, accomplishment of these activities. The master, the activities, I mentioned you, the 4 options of the activities of eliminating harm and providing care. So this means is the activity, the eliminating harm means is a wrathful activity. Generally, we said that like peaceful activity, what is the object of pacifying? The ill, the sick, the pain, the obscuration, the delusion, the obscuration of karma, the obscuration of ignorance, the object of the perfections. This kind all is the target. Your meditation arrow point this target with the peaceful activity. That's one. Is there's here there's the providing care. So that's the providing care with of your ill, sick, pain, obscuration, or something is the obstacles and then there's the delusions, afflictive of emotions, or so on. This all is the target. Better providing the care of the peaceful activity. That's one. And then is the activity, the providing of the care, the activities, the providing of the increasing activity, the second activity. What is the object, the target, object of increasing? Life, long life, the aim, the target. You yourself or other, sport to benefit to others, long life, healthy life, merits collection, progress, increasing he or her or your merits to very swiftly, immediately, skillfully proofs. So developing, increasing, health, glorious, whatever you want, whatever of the desirable things you want. Use this meditation, the arrows target on this point, this aim. The technique, main method is the activities, this deity, Yidam deity activities has to be turned of increasing activity. That's the second, the providing care. And the third is the magnetizing, means power, controlling. Magnetizing means is controlling. Controlling, what is the target of your aim or your meditation? The arrow is pointed to which kind of object of target. Target is your aim, your purpose, your wishes. Want to control samsara, nirvana, or want to control of the three realms, or the kings, queens, countries, the cities, the peoples, the subject, object, or whatever you want to control, under of your power, you can use. So the special techniques of the magnetizing power. So, and Tantric is so many options, that can have the different kinds. So you train the same yidam, it's the same mandala, but you train your meditation, the arrow is pointed to the target about the magnetizing, the activity of that is also another the providing care about of controlling of the samsara, nirvana, or three realms or so on. That's better magnetizing. But of course, as motivation is going to benefit. That should not forget. If you do the technique is using in the wrong motivation, and that totally wrong, your tantra has become wrong. This happened. Sometimes people problem. They used this very worldly something. Used to be so, and that is totally wrong motivation. Motivation, directly or indirectly, attitude want to benefit sentient beings. Never ever going to harming somebody. As a controlling means is want to benefit them. That's the options. The best means easy, comfortable, suitable. Everyone is the peaceful activity, if possible, but depend the target of the disciples, different capacity. So therefore, some disciples they cannot help better peacefully. So therefore, the second option, the increasing activity, even cannot doesn't work, and then the third, the magnetizing power to control first, and then they're leading in the path of the right way and to avoid the wrong way or so on. Even and finally, it doesn't work. These first three actives, and then the finality. Lastly is options, wrathful activity. That is, so this is here. There says is the activities of eliminating harm. That's the wrathful activity. But here's the eliminating harm from the enemies, maras, the harmful spirits, harmful ghosts, demons, harmful nagas, or so on. These kind of all because of harming you, harming to sentient beings, directly, indirectly. So all the human as enemies, directly, indirectly harming you or harming to others, but that doesn't listen peaceful activity, increasing activity,
magnetizing activity doesn't work, but you cannot leave them alone because you're compassion, not you're angry. That's very different. Never ever say angry, the wrathful activity. Main motivation is totally compassion. But the compassion transforms into act of wrathful. Like Avalokiteshvara, peaceful deity, transform into of wrathful activity Hayangarva, for example. Manjushri, Bodhisattva like Manjushri is a peaceful activity, deity of Manjushri, and transform into wrathful activity of Yamantaka, for example. And then the peaceful deity of Vajrasattva is transformed into of wrathful activity of Vajrapani. Something like this way, and the peaceful deity of 5 Buddha families, and transformed into 5 Herukas, Heruka families, wrathful deity. So on. So this all is a main motivation is always bodhicitta. There's no any other options, bodhicitta. Bodhicitta must be without any hesitations, himself or herself. Only attitude benefit those beings, going to do benefit them, beneficial them. But which technique is better than, therefore finally is they choose wrathful activity only, because this subject is a different capacity. So it doesn't work. So therefore this is also compassion. Method is, tantric is very skillful method. Therefore it's finally has to be used the wrathful activity. Looks like angry, upset, and fighting, quarreling, looks like, but its nature is compassion, and the technique is wisdom, but apparent is a wrathful activity. So anyway, this count is the point of what means is generation stage of Tantra, or the visualization of with the generation stage, the deity of visualizations. How, why, that is. So now we little bit this visualization. This is because Tantra, there's a subsequent Tantra or external Tantra common, and the internal uncommon Tantra. So external common Tantra, Kriya Tantra, Upatantra, Yoga Tantra. These are the 3 is outer Tantra, or we say subsequent Tantra. And then is the high score Tantra is Mahayoga Tantra. So Mahayoga Tantra, we can divide into, there's 3. One is Father Tantra, one is Mother Tantra, and one is the Union Tantra. So total is the 6, the six series Tantra, or 6 steps, or 6-fold Tantra. Sub-score 3, high score 3 is total is 6. That's common explanations of the Tantra. So, and then especially of old translation, old school, the translation, Nyingma Tantra. And then is these last 3, the upper Tantra, Mahayoga Tantra, we can name into, divide into the Father Tantra, means is can be instead to the Father Tantra, the generation stage of Mahayoga Tantra is instead of Father Tantra. And the compilation stage of Ani Yoga Tantra is instead of Mother Tantra. And then the union stage of the Adi Yoga is instead of union of Father and Mother Tantra. So the last 3, the vehicles of Tantra. So no, in this way, here the generation stage, the Kriya Tantra, since Kriya Tantra till of Ati Yoga, or is the Union Tantra important, keep your pure perception. This I will just let you know, pure perception. Mention you like Hinayana, or external of Vinayana warholder, very beginning. Enough if you have pure renunciation, has renunciation to the samsara, we need open the main gate of part of sense of middling beings up to of grid beings. Main gate, how to open? The main key is at the pure, the renunciation of samsara, renunciation with samsara, with the renunciation with samsara. Then you can enter into the path of Vinayana, external Vinayana vow holders. And then on top, how could we can enter into the internal of Mahayana Bodhisattva's vow? Not enough only renunciation, key of the renunciation, but to open the main gate of Mahayana, better main method, the key of greed, compassion. The greed, compassion, or the bodhicitta is as the main key, how to open main gate of the Mahayana. How could we can enter into the main city of the Mahayana? That's we already mentioned before. And then now is the Tantra, not only Sutra of Mahayana, but you want to both of Sutra and Tantra practitioners. Now we need to third gate to open. What is the third gate? The gate of Tantra. So how to open? Is it can open better renunciation, better key of the bodhicitta, compassion only? No. These two is the fundamental, the first stages. But on top, you need to update another key, which means is the pure perception. That's only the main method to open of the Tantra gate, main gate. Without pure perception, key of the pure perception, you cannot enter into the Tantra. So that's why here these 37, the 17th verse is a three recognition, means a three pure perception. That is the key, to open the gate of deity, mantra, and the thought of awareness, and so on. So anyway, the pure perception is the key. Okay? So, and therefore now, we're talking about the Kriya Tantra. Very is a sub-school class, but we start to visualize deity. Means it's pure perception, but very separately, because sub-school Tantra, Kriya Tantra. Yourself of the practitioner and the visualizations about the deity of Kriya Tantra deity is like king. Kriya Tantra deity is like king, and the level is like king, and your practitioner yourself is like subject of the king, like very different, Kriya Tantra. But still we're going to start focus on pure perception. Yourself is not in a pure perception, focus on pure perception, but your refuge is, you must be like king-like, it's a very high qualities, means pure perception start. And then Kriya Upatantra. Upatantra practitioners, pure perception is more pure than in the first one, because the first one is very different, king and subject, difference, yourself and the deity. Now, your sub-practitioners and your deity of your visualizations are become like friend. Yourself and the other deity is like friend relationships, not like king and subject like difference. It's very similar, everything's very close, like friend. That's Kriya Tantra. It's more pure, your perceptions pure become, because you are both like friendly. And then is the third, Upatantra. Upatantra still sub-school Tantra, but Upatantra more pure than even is the the Yoga Tantra, the third, the Yoga Tantra. So the third sub-school, Yoga Tantra. So Yoga Tantra is a visualization of the deity, the Pure Land, and the internal essential of the beings, and yourself and the deity is like very equal during the meditation, and while of your meditation of the visualizations is like yourself and the deity is equal quality, focus. Like examples, the twins, twins. Sutra border or twin sutra border like something, or border like or sutra like twins. So as yes, so this same, everything's same. Only difference, before going to visualization, you need to inviting the wisdom deity from Pure Land and dissolve into your Samaya self-visualization deity, the front of wisdom deity. And the end, when they complete this meditation, and then you need to, during the dissolution stage, must be separate because what you invited, so must be is they return back. You know, the wisdom, self-visualization, the wisdom deity is left, gone, and this the form of visualization of the wisdom deity is gone, and as a form, the self-visualization of a Samaya deity is dissolved into of emptiness or empty space, so on. So, but in the meantime is totally is one test, same quality like twins. Like so that is the Korea about the Yoga Tantras, pure perception. And both are sub-school. And now it's a high school, Mahayoga Tantra. So Mahayoga Tantra practitioners is equal. Since beginning and the end, no separation. Especially we're talking here is the generation stage of Mahayoga, compilation stage of Ani Yoga, and the union stage of Ati Yoga. Point of these three, the last, the highest of Tantra, or father, mother, and the union Tantra according. And then is you going to visualize is this inseparability. Totally is everything's sense-born nature is inseparable of the deity, appearance empty, mantra of deity, mantra empty, and thought is the wisdom, dharmata of deity. So that is beautiful. See? All right. So that is the sound mantra, empty. Okay, do you understand? Okay, okay. So earth remembers, empty. And dharmata. And knowing, so like this way is the step and step become more and more pure and purer your perceptions. Sense of the Kriya Tantra up to of father or the union Tantra. So this is the level here. So maybe we try to go one more. One more. The 18th, yes, number the 18th. So 18th, let's we see. If you can generate, if you can generate bliss, clarity, and non-thought as means of support through the techniques of breathing and adopting physical postures, you will come to master the illusory body of clear light. So it's read that you allow the perfection stage to penetrate your mind. So this part of the 18th, the verse 18th, the main explanations, the second stage of the Tantra, which meant is a compilation stage of Mother Tantra, or compilation stage, we can say, mother, first is like Father Tantra, generation visualization, and here is the dissolution stage, the compilation stage of Mother Tantra, or as we can say, the compilation stage of, the generation stage of Mahayoga. Here is the compilation stage of Ani Yoga. Now is talking here is Ani Yoga. Okay, the second stage is Ani Yoga. So the compilation stage, Ani Yoga. If you can generate bliss, clarity, these three is meant during your practice, having experiencing sometimes blissness more, sometimes clarity more, sometimes your vision, experiencing on your mind appearances, experiencing the non-thought is more. Bliss, clarity, and a non-thought, the three difference. Is it depend, we'll talk here. As means, because it depends why, sometimes more blissfulness, sometimes more clarity, experiencing your meditation energy is sometimes non-conceptuality, more non-thought, because as means of the support through the techniques of the breathing. But here, only say breathing. That this breathing is a very deep, big meaning actually. Breathing. Because on Tibetan is a toksol. Here there says, says, the word is a Tibetan word to say sokzol. So and zol, there's two. But the here translation is a breathing only. So breathing is usually is a so but as a toksol is a very deep meaning because Sanskrit form. We need to understanding the point of what means sok, what means zol in Tibetan. Sok zol is from Sanskrit. We can say Sanskrit. Now what going disappear? My mind on Sanskrit totally zero. A moment. Parana, Parana and Ayama. So Parana and Ayama. Parana is pond sok, life. Parana is pond meaning is life actually. Tibetan says sok. Translation on from the Parana translation on literally on Tibetan is a sok. Sok is could be can literally on English we can say it's life. Your life, my life. He is very life. She is very life. It is very life, like this. It's life, the soul. And this is the Parana. And the Sanskrit Parana, the Ayama. Ayama is soul. And literally on Tibetan translation into it's a soul. The Ayama is a soul. And these together, Parana, Ayama is a Paranayama. So Parnaya, sometimes we can say. So it means Sokzol, and then become one word. Sokzol. So two aspect. Sok is aspect of life. Zol is aspect of contact or action or something is, or also it can be like controlling or like activity or something active, like zol means is active, the ayama. So it's a sokzol. So both these meaning I mentioned from Sanskrit and Tibetan, here only in English is here says breathing. Okay, now you need to understand what this breathing means. Because if you don't understand the breathing meaning, and then no makes sense here, the next stage. So techniques of breathing. So it's true, usually if we laugh, we have breathing, right? And we are dead or in coma or something, in coma is still tiny breathings, but if dead, heartbeat stopped and breathing stopped means it's dead, no life, it's the opposite of life. So it's breathing. Breathing is life, and without breathing is dead, So anyway, now the point is here, this Tantra, the Ani Yoga Tantra practitioners, you need to focus on your mind, your view, your meditation energy, one-pointedly on the center channel, not Lalana channel, not Rasana channel, but in the Gundharma channel or Avaduda channel or Kakamuka channel, we can say Sanskrit. Anyway, center channel, focus on there. You need to control your energy in the center channel. At the same time, simultaneously, you should control the essence, the drops, wet drops from father, the essence of red drops from mother, need to control in the center channel. At the same time, simultaneously, you have to control your thought, ordinary thought, ordinary perception in the center channel. So gather the pure energy, the pure essence, the pure thought, awareness, thought are the three gathering in the Avaduda channel. That means stop to your breathing. Abandoning your ordinary breathing. You start breathing extraordinary wisdom energy in the center channel. So usually ordinary, we have to be use the lasana, rasana channel. So therefore is a very gross level functioning better of the essence, energy, and the thought, ordinary thought, desire, anger, ignorance, jealousy, hatred, harmful thought, anyway, conceptuality, this kind of all the distraction mind is related to the of the set of the channels, right and left channels, usually functioning on there. Now, these Ani Yoga practitioners, they just immediately, with the posture here, there's a means of the support toward the techniques of the breathing and adopting physical posture, means physical yoga. This yoga, physical yoga, is tantric yoga, tantric physical yoga, not normal or yoga practice. This similar, but method is different. The mean of purpose is different. Motivation is different. And momentum, your visualization is different. But from offset, only look externally is not different. You can't see difference. Like the Hindu yoga, so many the physical yoga when they're very good yoga practice exercise, and the tantric of the heat yoga, like Chandali yoga, the exercise of physical, the secret tantric yoga, you have no chance to see very openly, but if you can see, that's similar, everything, what they're doing when they're training the physical body, but the purpose is different. Need to liberate, to open of the center channel and liberate of the nodes of the center channel and control of the energy in the center channel and block TED to the set of the channels, Lalana and Rasana channel, So controlling of your normal ordinary breathing, ordinary energy, ordinary gross level essence, and the drops, stop, and control in the center channel. Then mentioned to you here at the very beginning, this line, they say, if you can generate bliss is coming. Because the drops, the essence is if you could functioning control in the center channel more, less functioning to the Lalana and Rasana channels, and then you have more joyful enjoyment, blissfulness, energy is coming to you, the bliss. And then is at the same time is with the energy, usually functioning mentioning Lalana and Rasana channel, so it's not clarity, it's opposite. So, but now is your energy is controlling into the center channel with these yoga techniques and motivations, visualizations, or so on, the blessings, empowerment, the transformation, so many, of course, the conditions. And then is the clarity, because the energy is controlling in the placed in the center channel. So your thought is experiencing meditation, the experiencing of your meditation is more clarity. That's clarity. And then your thought, ordinary, the thought is usually related to the energy with the two channels, Lalana and Rasana, whole of your body, the neuron systems, the nerves functioning. So all is related generally from directly ordinary. The neuron system is connected to the Rasana and Lalana channels, not much center channel, the pure channel. But now is you start controlling your thought energies in the gathering in the center channel. So therefore more your experiences here says non-thought, non-conceptuality. This non-thought is not point of fainting, faint. People are fainting in coma. That's also non-thought, but here it doesn't mean, it's non-thought means you lost totally your consciousness, but it's become more non-conceptuality means is a freedom from ordinary perception, ordinary thought, ordinary concept, free from ordinary, so the non-conceptuality comes to you. So it's a non-thought. So bliss, clarity, and non-thought. The reason is it can functioning the center channel. Your thought is there, remaining on there, gathering the pure essence, pure energy, and the pure perception in the center channel functioning. So means of the supporter thought, the techniques of the breathing because stopped. In the mention the talk soul is is controlling by forcefully, skillfully, by short way, is and adopting a physical posture the physical posture I mentioned, and the yoga, physical yoga, secret yoga. You will come to master. And then if you're training over and over and over this yoga, physical yoga, and the mental yoga, the energy yoga, and the channel yoga all together, actually channel yoga, energy yoga, the bindu yoga, and the physical yoga together, interdependently, you will come to master, means become familiarity, habituated, very flexible. Everything's achievement principle, master. The illusory body of clear light. Finally, usually we have contaminated aggregates, the sickness body, the illness body. So the changing the edge, so the so on, so on. This is gradually is disappear or means is purifying into, transferring into clear light. Body is this illusory body of a clear light. Because time, so we can't finish. So still we need to the 2 lines live here. Next session we to be complete this 18th verse. All right. So anyway, 5 minutes. Any questions? Anybody? Yes.
I have.
Yeah.
It's not about your teaching. It's about the words. And when you were talking about the 4 powers, you used the word sport in the for number 4.
Yes, sport. The power of object refuge.
More
what more?
Sport was a little confusing.
Support.
So he's saying support?
Yeah, SUPP.
Is that what you were saying?
Support.
Yes, support. Yeah.
Okay.
Support. Yes.
I got confused. I didn't understand what you were meaning.
But I think was even your pronunciation you wasn't clear, but my explain I think was clear. Around always I do this because I worry to people mistake. I think, yeah, so therefore you don't think only one word. What I'm wrong talk, explain, then you get at the point. As I mentioned you, the Vajrasattva example, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, Lama, Yedam, Daga, Daganis, the visualization above your crown, informed of all this, all is this, the support, the object, the power of support. Support, I'm saying support, not support. Yes, right? As it was clear? Okay.
When you commit a negative action and you do the purification practice, is there a way to be sure that you completely purified the practice, or you just have to guess or wait?
It depends. As a perfect, authentic practitioner could be possible completely. But here's the point, not we are going to completely, because we cannot. That is why it's used to be in preliminary stages. These, right? The purification meditation is within the of outlines and belongs to the preliminary stages. If but these alone completely your enlightenment and freedoms, and then must be that is actual part. But usually is we say that's a preliminary stage. But still is possible. Some exceptions, as possible, can be enlightenment with this alone, but usually not. That is just preliminary stage. Let it be, to be mentioned before, say, let it be clean. Like the glass mirror is dusty, is later clean, and then later chance arising the reflection of the pure font of Samadhi, wisdom, or so on. If totally clear and pure, your mirror become, and then totally easy appears the reflection of the Samadhi. So you see that depend. But anyway, that's a preliminary stage. Yeah. For purification, purifying. All right. So we stop here for lunch break. So going to dedication. Not much time. All right. So sonam de tamche zigba nye tomne nipi dana panshe shega nanche parlon chukba sepen solin drowa drovers dedan tuson drewai
gersa chenye saba gun major semchen tam sorji tobi gyungo jumper pao chataran kemba kundu sambo teang tebshin deda gungi jisa dalo gewan deda tamche rapte ngo dusum shabi gyarwa tamche ngowa kangla chodo ngamba di dake gewe zawan dekun zambo shoshe rapte ngowar ge kunzang dorjen chanchen manchen Jinshen Tsawe Lama Yonche Drove Tondo Monlong Kanta Teda Tamche Dajen Dripar Sho Kiewa Kundu Yanda Lama Dharme Chuji Perla Longsho Sadang Lamji Yonde Rabzon Dorjen Chinga Gompan Yerto Sho